This is not the time to procrastinate. This is not the time to worry about, oh, is spot gold going up or is it going down? Is spot silver going up or is it going down? Who cares? Honestly, that is nominal confusion. They designed it because they knew that you would marry the numbers. Don't marry the numbers, marry the value. Nominal confusion. With the markets going up, things must be doing great. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said to me, boy, if I didn't know better, I would think everything was hunky-dory. And I agree. I'm driving around Phoenix, and there are cranes all over the place. There's buildings all over the place. Are things better? Are they really fixed? No, they have not fixed anything. 2008 was when the system died, and it's just been on life support, and they have fixed nothing. So a lobbyist works in Washington, and they kind of grease the wheels to make sure that the laws and the regulations that get passed or deleted support their best interest first. They contribute to election campaigns. They do all sorts of interesting things to get what they want. I guarantee you, these corporations are not putting your best interest first. This puts your best interest first. To the tune, in 1 year alone, $2.2 billion in lobbying went to our government. Have you put that much money in there, or even in the millions of dollars? Do you contribute at that level to an election campaign? Probably not. You're not going to get service the way these guys will get service, because you follow the buck, follow the money. The money is being spent by corporations that have a vested interest above your well-being, that to get these laws and regulations passed. We see all of the bonuses. We see all of the stock buybacks. I mean, prior to 2003, you really couldn't do stock buybacks. But hey, they changed the rules, and then it was like a great thing to do. And that is a huge tool that has been used since then to push the price of the stock up. At the same time, insiders sell out and capture those gains. But you don't know that because you see the price of the stock go up. So you buy it when they're selling it. That's wealth transfer. And by the way, all of those bonuses and dividends and stock buybacks means that when a financial crisis hits, they don't have the money to sustain themselves as an ongoing entity. Look at what happened with Boeing, right? So the taxpayers go in and bail them out. Yeah, that seems fair to me. What do you think? Think that sounds fair to you? And it's not just at the Fed or in Congress. Again, these are the leaders of the organizations that we are trusting to put our best interests first, to make non-biased decisions to help the global economy. IMF chief called out on pressure to lift China ranking and report. Now the World Bank puts out loans to countries, right? So now she's over at the IMF. The IMF, all their members are every central bank head and every treasury secretary pretty much in the world. So now she's overseeing all of these unelected officials that are in like almost every country in the world. Well, that makes me feel good. The World Bank found such serious ethics issues in its probe of the Doing Business report, Georgieva, oversaw that it decided to abandon the series entirely. That report's been around forever. So when these things get leaked, like what the Fed president, well, we're going to sell, and then they resigned. Does that really solve the problem? No, because it is so ingrained throughout the entire system that, you find one bad apple, well, that's just because we happened to discover it. That happened to get leaked. Because what do we know? Financial markets and policymakers rely on the expertise of the multilateral lenders, and that reputation is now tarnished. It goes back to confidence. It goes back to, this is a con game. I don't have confidence in any of these guys because thanks to my father always saying, do what I say and not what I do, that was huge training for me. And he was a great man, so don't misunderstand because it was mostly around driving. But I read and I watch what they say. I read the reports, which are typically different than what they're actually saying on TV or out into the public. And then I watch what they do. This is all about wealth transfer. It's not okay with me if they transfer my wealth. I work my butt off. I'm sure you work your butt off too. Underlying foundation of the global markets is falling apart. And they're doing whatever they can. Desperate governments, desperate central banks take desperate measures. Do you see this on a day-to-day basis? Heck no. Drive around Phoenix, all the cranes, all the building, the stock market's flying. Everything should be hunky-dory. Nothing goes straight up. For every action, there is a reaction. And all of the choices that the Fed has made, I'll say, in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure that history is going to bear me out, the consequences of those choices are hyperinflationary depression. That's the consequences of these choices. I don't want you to suffer their consequences more than you have to. I mean, everybody's going to be impacted, no matter how prepared that you are or that you think you are. Do yourself a favor. Get your insurance. Get it in place. You need more than gold and silver to weather this economic storm that we got a little taste of in 2020. You also need food, water, energy, security, community, and shelter, as well as barterability, and wealth preservation.